Okay, it is now January, 15th, something like that. And I've done about all the damage I can do in here. Anywho, let's go through and take a look. All the painting, priming at the top. There'll probably be some construction coming in, but we can prime and paint and fix whatever over top of it. I just wanted to get the big stuff done. I left that hole open because there's a drain pipe there. We got a two compartment sink, a big restaurant type sink with a drain board on it that's going to go there, so you could tie into the drain there. Coming on around, the cooler's going to go there. And I'm going to explain where we're at too with a lot of stuff because there's not much, like I said, not much else we could do. So I went ahead and made a couple barn doors and put them on a sliding rail so we can move those in and out over across the two spaces and kind of separate the tap room from the production area when we want to. So that was fun. And they're all sealed. I had this hole in the wall, so I went ahead and made a slider door out of it. I took and attached a pulley at the top, a pulley at the bottom, and then I put a big old chain in the tube, so you can see the chain coming out there. So it's counterbalanced, so you can just move it up and down real easy. I put some little plastic corner pieces to protect corners. They're shiny smooth, so that way the door could slide up and down pretty easy in that channel there. So I did that. In here we got the floor polished, so all the gunk is up off of the floor. Looks really nice. They did a really good job. So we got the floor polished. Oh, and the architect had a big long bench going across there, so I had some extra wood, and I was looking at church pews. I thought, shit, I could build a church pew. So I went ahead and built and stained a 11.5-foot church pew to go along that wall. We're going to get some cushions for it or something, and then I'm working on getting tables made. I'm probably going to try and make it myself out of the live edge stuff, just take a crack at it myself. We went ahead and I don't know if you can see it or not, but I framed in the doorway here. So the doorway's all framed in now. Did a little bit of painting on the window frames. Rather than change out the frame and everything, we just went ahead and painted. I didn't put any cove base along that wall because that's where the bar is going to go. And I put in cove base today. The concrete guys, there was you see a little lip there. The concrete didn't go all the way to the wall. They had some sort of foundation or something around it, so I had to offset it by 3/4 inch or so. So I put a board up there, painted it, and then I put the cove base up against that. We bought a refrigerator for this corner, a cooler. It's 5 foot by 2 foot by 2 foot, so that's going to go here. I'll try and insert the video of the live edge bar top that we got that's going to go across here. It's going to make me an L from about out here all the way across and then over to that corner right there by the window. So it's going to be an L coming this way, and then it's going to come back towards this way with the entry. It's going to be to the bar. Behind the bar, it's going to be right here. Just a neat little. I like this door for some reason. I don't know why, but I just think it's a cool little accoutrement. So that's that. I put door framing around the door here. Biggest concern right now is the electric. You notice there's 2 meters in here. What they do, 1 meter, and that small circuit breaker goes to the hair shop next across from me, and then the other meter goes to another office in the back of me. And they both come off of my power panel, and I've only got a 200 amp power panel. Well, I need 300 amps of service, and they ain't gonna cut it with that. So I got a guy coming next week to talk about maybe running new service in here. I don't know what the hell that's going to cost, but it's not going to be cheap. Bathroom, we're not worrying about now. I can't do much of anything. Where these pipes are coming down, that's where the new sink is going to be because of the Disabilities Act requirement. So that's going to be framed in. I can't frame that in until it's going to be a little, kind of a little jut in there, and the sink is going to be over there. So when you're in the bathroom here, the sink is actually going to be on the left where that hole is right there, and this sink is coming out so you can move wheelchairs and stuff around in here. Interesting story for those of you looking to soundproof. This is where our CO2 is going to, CO2 is going to go in that corner, air compressor is going to go in that corner, probably nitrogen bottles, some other stuff's going to go in here. But I was looking online on how to soundproof this for the air compressor. It's going to have vents in it, so it's not going to be completely soundproof. And they had these acoustical blankets that you could hang on your wall to deaden the sound. And I said, by gosh, that looks familiar. And I looked at the materials it was made of, and guess what? They wanted $60 for it online, and basically they're moving blankets. Same exact thing, cotton batting in the middle. So I went to Harbor Freight for $5 and bought me 5 moving blankets to start with at $5 each. So we're going to see how much that, we're going to run it with the compressor there first, then we're going to put the blankets up and see how much, if any, it deadens the sound. Next up, the very, very, very next thing, another issue we had, the slab. The structural engineer wanted us to countersink the bolts to hold the tanks down into the concrete. And everybody thought that was a bad idea because if a bolt gets out of place, you got to cut it out and drill and everything. And ended up, I contacted the tank manufacturer. We got bigger feet coming, but now we have to dig down 12 inches for a slab. So the first thing we do when the permits get approved, they were submitted last week, is once they're approved, is get in here with a saw, cut out a big hunk of concrete here, re-pour it to 12 inches deep. They're thinking it's 4 to 6 inches now, so that's going to be $30,000 to get that done. Plumbers coordinating with the general contractor, so once they get the slab cut, they're going to put in a drain running the length of this so we could squeegee everything right into the drain from all the tanks and the keg washers and everything that's going on. So that's first. I've got the cooler, big 12 by 16 foot cooler on order. It's going in here. I don't want to put anything in here until that concrete work is done. But once the concrete work is done and the permits are approved, we're going to really go to town. Electric, coolers, plumbing, everything's going to happen. In the meantime, the next thing I'm going to be working on is building the base for the bar that's going to go over here. So I'll be working on tabletops and getting those shined up and sanded and epoxied. So that's where we're at on a beautiful Seattle day in January. So keep me posted. Talk soon. Bye.